Teaching our sons to respect girls, to respect women, may be one of the most important things that we do as fathers. That's what we're getting into today on the Dads All In podcast. If you think being a dad is filled with rewards, challenges, or headaches, and you keep pushing forward because you know this is the most important job you're ever going to do, you're in the right place. Welcome to the Dads All In podcast. Welcome in, fellow dads. Glad you're joining us on the Dads All In podcast. I hope you had an amazing week. Your family's doing well. I'm glad you're here, my friend. In this episode, we're going to talk about the importance of raising our boys to respect women. This came to light for me in the last few weeks when I've learned about this growing group, this surprisingly large group of men, and in some cases, men in powerful positions, who have a belief that women shouldn't have the right to vote, which to me sounds absolutely ludicrous. Do I want my mom to be able to vote? Absolutely. How about my wife? You betcha. She's the brains of our family. If anybody deserves to have a right to vote in our house, it's her. And how about my daughters? You better believe I want my daughters to grow up to be their own amazing individual women who are impactful on society. Do they deserve to vote? You betcha they do. I'm not getting into voting rights in this episode. Really what I'm getting into is hearing about this group of men who are promoting these ideas shed a light for me on the importance of respecting women, respecting females. In case you don't know, I was a longtime elementary school teacher, 20 years. And one of the things that I specialize in is helping kids with challenges. And that meant I spent a lot of time with boys because what do we know about kids with challenges at the elementary level, either academic or behavioral or social, emotional? A lot of them are boys. And because I would spend time, getting to know and connecting with boys and learning about their lives, they would share some things with me. And in some cases, it was hard stuff. I would hear things about how the males in their lives didn't treat women with respect. And in some cases, some of the boys I worked with got to witness domestic violence, which is horrific. Or in some cases, their father figures may have gotten into trouble with the law because of how they treated females. And so I would spend time over and over and over again with some boys laying down the framework of you need to respect girls, you need to respect women. So in this episode, I want to talk about what we do as dads that can help our boys. Send this message so that they grow up to support women, they grow up to understand that women are equal, and that they understand that women are amazing humans who do amazing things just like the men out there in the community and in leadership roles, or hopefully you as a dad do amazing things. Now in this conversation, there's hopefully a given, and I'm hoping you believe in this. The idea that, one, there is no type of violence towards women that is acceptable, period. And two, the idea of degrading women and making them feel bad about themselves is just preposterous. And so if those are areas that you're struggling with, I'm going to suggest right from the jump, you need to find somebody who can help you. Because those messages are sent to your son, they are taking their cues from you, whether you like it or not. They're watching you and your behaviors. They're watching you and your language and how you talk to people. And because of that, in many cases, your boy will turn and do the same thing for girls. I've seen it time and time again. To be honest with you, it's heartbreaking. But that actually leads into the very first point that I'd like to make. What do we do to ensure that our boys are respectful with the girls in their lives, but also the women, and down the line when they become men? So what can we do as fathers to ensure that? Number one, it's the same message that I've always been saying on this podcast. You'll also hear about it on my YouTube channel, Dads All In Podcast YouTube channel. Check that out, by the way, if you've not been over there yet. I have a lot of other content that's there that's not on the audio form here. But that idea is we need to model the appropriate behavior. We need to model how we interact positively with women. We need to model how we talk with women. Our actions and what we say need to all align so that our boys see us talk in an uplifting way, in a positive way. Like it or not, you can send some messages without even saying anything. So it also means modeling body language. Sometimes the way you look at somebody sends a message. So all of that goes into the self-improvement department. Nobody's perfect, but if this is something that you need to work on, it's gut check time. Like, take a look at yourself internally and say, all right, is this something I need to focus on? Because your messaging to your son is going to be super important. So how do you treat your wife? How do you treat your mother? How do you treat your daughters? And how are you treating women that you interact with in the community, whether it be friends, family members, or even just general acquaintances and people you see out in the community anywhere? One of the things that I always share is going way back to the importance of role modeling for us as dads. So it can be as simple as opening doors for females walking into a store, or you see a lady in your community who needs help with something and pausing for a second and extending a hand and saying, let me help you with that a little bit. And I'm not diving into this conversation from a daughter standpoint, but it's also good for your daughters to see you positively interacting with females too, because it sends a message to them that this is how men should be. And it's not okay for my future self to find a boyfriend or a spouse who treats me in a poor way. Instead, I need to have somebody more like my dad who treats women respectfully. So modeling what it is that we want our boys to do is super powerful. Remember, they take their cues from their heroes. You're probably going to be one of their heroes. And when those messages come from you, it's going to be even more powerful. And speaking of messages, here's the next thing you can share with them. Share all the amazing things that females are doing in the world, in your local world, and also on a national or global level, because they need to know that women are amazing people doing amazing things. That could be your daughters, that could be your wife, it could be political leaders, it could be athletes, it could be local representatives, it could be teachers. Drive home the message that there are so many females who do such amazing things in the world. Our boys, our sons, need to be reminded of this message. And finally, and maybe most importantly, it's the idea of hitting this message over and over and over again. Sharing the importance of treating women respectfully. It's not something you just share once when they're 4 years old and you never come back to it. They cannot hear it enough. Over and over again. Violence towards women, not acceptable, ever. Degrading women in any capacity, not acceptable. And hitting them with this message that women are equal to us. Do they deserve a right to vote? You better believe it. Do they deserve to have equal opportunities in jobs? Absolutely. They deserve every right that men receive. And historically, sharing a little bit about the struggles of women and what they had to go through to fight for their rights, many of the rights that they now have and continue to share that they need, sharing that history is an important piece as well. So in this quick episode, I just wanted to remind you, helping your son understand the importance of positively treating and interacting with women is maybe one of the most important messages we send to our sons. And as a former educator who worked with a lot of boys who needed this message, I can't tell you how important it is. Because if we don't intervene, the cycle of disrespect for women will continue in the next generation. Don't allow that to be your son. If this is something you're struggling with, start today and try to turn this around. Again, it comes from your messaging and how you talk. It comes from your body language, your overall actions, and how you treat women. It cannot be understated. If you're new to the show, I'm so glad you stopped by today. Sorry for the heavy listening. This is an important topic. And when I heard about this growing group of men who are headed in the direction of trying to get females to lose their right to vote, I felt like I had to say something. So just a reminder, this is super important stuff. Before I get out, I just want to remind you one very important thing. If you get something from this content or even over on the Dad's All In Podcast YouTube channel, do me a favor, follow, subscribe, all those things. Write up a review on the audio podcast. But if you could also just tip off another dad and let him know the content that I'm putting out, greatly appreciate it. In the end, we're all just trying to get better. We're just trying to be better dads because our kids deserve it. This is the most important job we're going to ever do. Thanks for listening. I hope you have a great week out there, Dad. We'll talk to you again next week. Thanks for sticking around. If you got any questions you want answered on the show, or you just want some feedback or want to share some ideas, shoot me an email. dadsallinpodcast@gmail.com or send me a DM on any of the socials @rechargedfamily. Thanks for listening.